Enter your name, pilot.
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
Top 10 Star Wars CCG pilots. We're talking power to, ability to. We want that sweet spot. You know, when you think of a pilot in Star Wars CCG, you think power to, ability to. That's right. So we're going to keep the whole list to power to, ability to. Sure, we lose a few great pilots like Luke and Vader and Anakin Skywalker, the best starfighter in the galaxy, Anakin Skywalker, and a good friend too. Oh shit! I spilled water all over. Comment below to get a free Star Wars starter deck. Also, another reason we want to use ability 2 pilots is because Imperial Arrest Order and Insurrection. These two cards are almost staples in every past Endor deck. +2 to the forfeit of all these pilots, adding so much versatility and utility to them. And pulling a docking bay is huge. Also, we didn't want to include cards like, I know Commander Merrick makes all great card, love the card. Scout, Spy, power to ability 2. He checks off all the things to the power of anything he pilots. Yeah, he clicks off all the things, but he's not really in the theme of being a pilot. He doesn't add a destiny on a Star Destroyer or have a space-based theme. Yeah, he pulls battleground systems, but when you think pilot, you're not really thinking Commander Merrick. Love the card, but kind of a lot of these cards don't fit the theme of what a pilot should be. Also, sorry to the Baron, one of my favorite cards in the game, probably one of the best pilots in the game, adds a destiny on Saber 1. He's ability 3, he doesn't make the checklist. Also, that Mon Calamari with the who makes you have 7 total ability. Just one of my favorite pilots in the whole game. Deploys -2 to a capital starship. One of my favorite pilots in the whole game. He can't make the list either. Sorry. Has to be power to, ability to. So, boom. Number 10. Hitting you with the bigs. You weren't expecting that. Number 10, Biggs Darklighter. My favorite of all the New Hope Premier power to, ability to Rebel 70s style haircut, mustache pilots. They all deploy for 2, all power to, ability to. But some are Destiny 1, some are Destiny 2, some are forfeit 4, some are forfeit 5. There's Biggs, Pops, Red Leader, Dutch, Tyree, and Jet Porkins. All 6 of these guys, all are similar. Both warriors, both pilots, all add 1 to the maneuver of their ship and draw 1 Destiny if not able to otherwise. Biggs is my favorite. He's forfeit 5. He's Destiny 2. Sure, Tyree, or I think Tyree adds 1 to the attack run, and Gold Leader and Dutch both add 1 to the forfeit of other gold and red pilots that are near them, respectively. And then Jet Porkins arguably could be better than Biggs, because Jet Porkins is Destiny 2, and Jet Porkins is forfeit 4. But Jet Porkins' ship is Destiny 6, which is better than Red 3, arguably. I don't know. I choose Biggs just on the merit of him being Luke's good friend. And that goes a long way. I don't know how well Porkins and him were friends. But Biggs is my favorite of all 6 of those. I love all 6 of those cards, though. I would put them all on the list if I could, but I'll just choose one. Biggs is my favorite. Number 9. Now, this is my favorite. Imperial-like counterpart. DS612 adds 3 to the power. So he's a monster. 3 to the power, Destiny 2, forfeit 4, power to, ability 2. Love all these DS61 pilots. DS61 2, 3, 4. Some of my favorite cards in the game. And then when I go over my favorite cards in a different video, I think I tell you that DS613 is my favorite card in the whole game. And it still is. DS612 is right up there, too. Arguably, he's better pilot than DS613 because he has 1 more forfeit than DS613. DS612 has 1 more forfeit. The forfeit 4 is nice. 3 to the power is great. Uncommon 2. Great card. Love the DS612. That's why he's solid number 9. Number 8. Number 8, Green Leader. A rare card from Death Star 2. He doesn't get all the love. He doesn't get the love that he deserves sometimes. He is power 2, ability 2, adds to the power, so he's just like the premier guys. But, adds 3 to the total weapon destiny of any starfighter he pilots with a lower maneuver. So if he's on an X-Wing firing at something else, he can, and has X-Wing laser cannons, he basically automatically destroys it. Because if you add 3 to if you use the 3 force to make the card lost with the X-Wing laser cannons, that's 6 to the total destiny. It just destroys anything. You basically shoot anything automatically with this guy if they have a lower maneuver. On Green 1, he can be a beast too. The A-Wing cannon isn't as good as the X-Wing cannon, but love the picture, and I always loved him in the movie. I love A-Wings is probably one of my favorite light side ships. They just look so sleek. Love Green Leader. Number 7. We got the Captain Lennox. We have Captain Lennox, and you're going to say, oh, Captain Lennox, he deploys for 3. That sucks. It does kind of suck, but his forfeit's 5, which is a beast, and adds 3 to the power of the Tyrant. But here it is. If you're running a tractor beam deck, you got to have Captain Lennox in your deck because he can fire it during your control phase. Normally, the tractor beam fires at the end of the whole battle. So you have to wait, and if you win the battle, they're probably just going to lose everything if they think you can capture one of their ships, just so you can't fire the tractor beam. But he can fire it in your control phase. It's like a sniper with the tractor beam. I know there's other cards that let you fire the tractor beam at different times, but he's the tractor beam god. He's the Tyrant. I love the picture. Uncommon 1 in Hoth. I collected Hoth so much when I was a kid. I had 3 cards left to collect, and he was one of them. I could not pull an uncommon 1. I went through hundreds of packs before I finally pulled the Captain Lennox. That's another reason why I love this guy. Makes tractor beam decks work. Next one is another Hoth guy and another member of the first officer of the Tyrant. Ambitious, ruthless, efficient, Lieutenant Cabal. One of my favorite characters. Any deck, Premier through Hoth, even Premier through Special Edition, if I have Imperials in the deck that have Imperial leaders, like Captain Lennox or an Admiral Mahdi, throw in Cabal because winning a battle with Imperial leader subtracts 1 from opponent's total battle destiny. People forget about that little thing, and I love cards that have these little bonuses. That's a big deal. They draw a 1, it's a 0. Suddenly you don't have to lose anything. Cabal, forfeit 4, respectable. I've always loved him. One of my favorite cards in Hoth. Pretty much been in every single deck that runs Imperials as far as I'm concerned. And I still include him. I can't get enough of Cabal. That's why he earns the 6th spot easily. All right. Number 5. We're going with Major Hashin. Not sure how to say it. Deploy -2 to any Star Cruiser. Beautiful. I know this is the first guy who doesn't add to anything. He only adds 2 to the power of any capital starship he pilots. But I just love him so much because I love his adds 1 to the hyperspeed and armor and cancels lateral damage. Anything that cancels lateral damage is a win in my book. Plus, he deploys for free to a Star Cruiser and is Destiny 3. One of my favorite capital starship pilots for the light side. If you're running the cruisers in a light side deck, you got to have him. You have to have Admiral Akbar because he can pull him right out of your deck if you need him, or you can pull the other one who makes I can't remember any of their names. The other one who makes you have ability 7. I just love Calmaris. They look cool. Love this character. Easily number 4. If you're running Star Cruiser, have to have him. All right. Number 3. Number 4. Not number 3. Evacs. Gotta have the Evacs. He's that common. I went over him before. He's common 1 in A New Hope. He's a common card. Forfeit 5. Deploy for 2. If you're running a New Hope deck, Hoth through Hoth, New Hope, Hoth, I've said this before with Cabal. Such a good card. 5 forfeit is huge. 2 Destiny is great. Just include him in every deck. He's so versatile. You throw him on a walker. You throw him on a starship. You throw him on anything. And he's a leader. and he's a leader. He's got a little bit of everything. He's a great, and he's a rebel. So he has rebel in his flavor text. So he is an ISB agent. Just all around the man, Officer Evax. I could rant about him all day. Love him. Love that card. Easy number 4. Easy number 4. Number 3. So in Special Edition, they added, I love this about Special Edition, they have red 7, 8, 9, 10, and gold, I think it's 3, 4, and 6, or 3, 5, and 6. They add 3 Y-Wings and 3 X-Wings and 4 X-Wings. And each has a matching pilot, all uncommon cards. So that's 7 pilots, 7 ships. And they all add 1 to the total power when on their matching starship, which isn't so OP like the Baron, where you add a destiny of a total battle destiny. This is just the power. So it makes them stronger. They all are deployed 2, forfeit 4, all 2 destiny, all very similar, and they all add 1 to a force drain of a different planet. I included Elk-Roo, I'll just call him, I don't know, Jim Carrey's little brother. he does have the Jim Carrey haircut from Dumb and Dumber, and he kind of looks like him. But I just included him as the top one just because Ralatier, he adds 1 to the force drain, and Imperials like to run Ralatar Ops. You can have, there's ones that add force drains to Ord Mantell, Wraithal. There's 7 different planets. So if you're running any deck that runs one of these planets, there's one that adds 1 to Dantooine. So, and their ships do a little different things. Like one has photon torpedoes deploy for free and fire for free. One has the X-Wing cannon, fire for free. They all do little things, but the 1 to the power is great. I love all these special edition pilots. You can throw a couple in your deck, and next thing you know, you're drawing 2 or 3 destiny to power, and then your regular battle destiny on top of it can be pretty strong with some S-foils and some all powers to weapons. Pretty soon, your little ragtag team of red 5s, red 7, 8, 9, 10s are power 50. That's how quickly it goes up. Number 2, the heavy hitter, Admiral Charanu. Love this character. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no idea. Love this card. Why? It makes Star Destroyer decks a real thing. First of all, I know he deploys for 3. So he's a little higher deploy, but 3 to the power of anything he pilots. Anything. When piloting a Star Destroyer at a battleground system, adds 1 to your force drains here and each other battleground system controlled by a Star Destroyer within 2 parsecs. Now, suddenly, you can have a Star Destroyer deck and not be completely impotent. Before, you would have Star Destroyers. Oh, your Star Destroyers are occupying Tatooine. Have fun with your force drain for 1. Suddenly, you can have Kafix and Kashyyyk, and you have a few Star Destroyers on them, and you're draining for 3 at each location, and you have Admiral Charanu, adding 3 to the power. You have a whole deck. Suddenly, you have a whole concept that we always wanted to make work. We always wanted to make Star Destroyers controlling space a real deck option for the dark side, and now it's here with this card. Made so many decks around it, not really good decks, but I just love the idea of controlling space with big, badass Star Destroyers. And this guy makes it possible. Plus, he's 3 to the power of anything he pilots, so he's a good pilot anyway. And he's a warrior. And he's Destiny 2. Love this card. Opens up so many strategies. And the light side basically has to come fight him. Unless they're running something that cancels force drain modifiers. They have to come fight you in space when you have this guy out there. Love him. That's why he gets number 2. Number 1, and you saw these coming. It's a joint number 1. Just kidding. These are Han and Mahdi, the 2 worst power 2 ability 2 pilots in the game. Deploy for 4, forfeit 3. They have no game text. They add 0 to the power of anything they pilot. At least Han's a gambler and Mahdi's a leader. Destiny 1. Han's even an alien in this. So this must be when he was really young. And I love these cards. I love the pictures on them. But they are the worst pilots in the game. But we all know, we had a feeling this was coming. Number 1. The number 1 card. The number 1 pilot in the game. Yes, Wedge. We all know he's the best. Wedge Antilles. He's a smuggler. He's Destiny 4. He's a rare one from A New Hope. He's kind of hard to get. He has a black. He's a warrior. Oh, here's the good part. He deploys for 2 and he's forfeit 6. So with insurrection, he's forfeit 8. So if you're running Baka tank, wow, it's the unlimited wedge. Every single turn, you're getting wedge out there for 2 force, and he is 8 forfeit. Oh, and the best thing, he adds 3 to the power of any starship. So he's the best pilot ever. And on red 2, he makes that thing maneuver 6. So it's not exactly easy to hit with a weapon. 1 force to take Carillion Slip from reserve deck, which isn't the greatest unless you're running Carillion Slip. Everything about him is the best. The best picture. I didn't include him in the list of the 6 pilots from A New Hope because he's in a league of his own. He's in a league of his own. He's the best pilot in the game. I would include him in decks all the way through Reflections too. That's how good he is. Even with the power creep, he's still amazing. Wedge is my favorite. Let me know what your favorite is in the comments down below. That's my list. Comment below. Enter to win a starter deck. And you could be the big winner. Let's see who won this week. Okay, 57 unique comments. Let's see who it's going to be. Oh, this is big. Oh, Sean. Sean, you forgot the dark version of C-3PO. E-3PO. Actually, E-3PO was on my list. But then I actually read the game text of E-3PO and it was shit. He's adds 1 to the power for every droid Imperial pair. I like the card. They should have made him way more powerful. Sean, you're the big winner. Nice Lebowski picture. Congratulations, starter deck is yours. Congratulations, Sean. You won the starter deck. I'm very, very proud of you. And just like our friend Marty, you remind me of a young Marty, if you don't mind me saying so. So let's move on to the next section. You waited for it. Roast a random card. Andrew's a star by the pilot. 294 cards. 294. I gotta change that. 294 cards. 1828. What's that gonna be? Special edition? 1828. 1828. Here we go. We're getting closer. Death Star 2. 18. How? Let's get a pilot. Oh, used Imperial Command. I can't. Imperial Command. I literally can't roast the best card in the game. Literally get the best card in the freaking game. Imperial Command. Used Interrupt. Destiny 4. Take 1 Admiral and General General from hand from reserve deck. Reshuffle. If your Admiral is in a battle at a system or your General is in battle at a site, you may either add 1 Destiny or prevent opponent from drawing more than 1 Battle Destiny. I run sometimes 4 of these in my deck if I'm running the Death Star 2. We just talked about it. If we're running the Death Star with the Admiral Charnu and I'm running my Star Destroyer deck, I'll run 4 or 5 of these bad boys. Taking an Admiral into hand is insanely good. And if your Admiral's in a battle, guess what? You get to add a Destiny. And guess what? If they're using massive amounts of Destiny adders, guess what? They can only draw 1 Destiny. I can't roast this card. It is so freaking good. Destiny 4, used Interrupt. The only problem is it's unique. I guess it sucks because it's unique. You can't play it 4 times a turn. I have had this happen where I pulled an Admiral from my reserve deck, and then later in battle, I was going to play another one, and I thought, oops, it's unique. I can only play it once per turn. So I guess that card stinks because it's unique. I guess it has, they'll be held to pay as a counter, or whatever is a counter. A grabber might be a counter to this. Love this card. It's not immune to sense, so I guess that hurts it. But at that point, when you're running Death Star 2, not a lot of people run mini senses. Love this card. Hard to roast it. Well, I guess it stinks because it's unique. Imperial Command, there it is. I love Imperial Command. Can't believe we got it. One of my favorite cards. It's right on the edge of being OP, but it cancels all those stupid Destiny adder decks that are so annoying. But I love to play them too. Love Imperial Command. It should be boast a random card for a pun for you, but. Anyway, going to be gone for 4 weeks, so we're going to have 4 weeks before we draw the next starter deck winner. This is episode 4, so we have 6 episodes left in the season. And then I think we're going to hit you with another Jar Jar Binks special because I don't think we have explored Jar Jar Binks enough, gotten to the lore. He's a multifaceted, multifarious man or animal thing. Jar Jar Binks has so many angles we need to explore, and I think we did him an injustice in last video, the Jar Jar Binks episode. So they're going to be a Jar Jar Binks special. So we'll see you in a little bit, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. Shows on tape. You know, I think of you.
Your picture on.
And so the descent into hell begins. Just hope they're all Snow Patrol. If it's not Snow Patrol or the Beatles, I am so fucked.